Every time Larsa Pippen dates an NBA player, it appears like she drains their bank account. From the substantial divorce settlement of Scottie Pippen.
She was awarded half of Scottie Pippen's retirement for life.
To Malik Beasley suffering a significant financial loss as a result of their expensive drama.
Malik Beasley's got some real got into financial disaster.
And even the costly ring incident with Marcus Jordan. We're dissecting each NBA player whose finances suffered after dating Larsa Pippen in this video. Pippen-Scottie. The marriage between Scottie and Larsa was a complete mess, filled with ongoing conflict, public scandals, and continual tabloid coverage. More times than anyone could count, they broke up and got back together. And it ultimately cost him money.
She was awarded half of Scottie Pippen's retirement for life from the NBA. Is this a normal ruling in your experience?
Yeah. I mean, Scottie Pippen could have been smart and gotten a prenup, but he decided not to do that. And this is the result. You lose half of your retirement.
Before his retirement was cut in half. The financial devastation started in 2002 when a $4 million Gulfstream jet was purchased. However, it needed $1 million in repairs because of a neglected inspection, making it totally unusable. However, it wasn't the most costly error Scottie Pippen would make when it came to ostentatious purchases. According to accounts, Scottie gave Larsa a massive, oversized, or stunning 14-carat diamond ring as a Valentine's Day gift during their 2017 reconciliation effort. Despite the suspicions of infidelity and the lack of freedom in their marriage, gossip websites reported the ring cost $4 million and presented it as an atonement ring.
I feel like in the beginning, like when Scottie and I first got together, like I had just signed to ICM in LA. I was gonna pursue like an acting career. I just finished, I had gotten a political science degree. I was either gonna go to law school, I was gonna try acting, try different things. And he didn't want me to do anything. He was kind of like, no, I can't take it. You have to come to my games, you have to be at my practices.
The arduous 24-year affair, which began in 1997, was characterized by several breakups and reconciliations. Larsa also stated that she found it difficult to pursue her objectives.
I wanted to be there for him, like I loved him. I love him, so I was there to support him and do whatever I had to do for him. But then at some point, like the scale changed. The scale started to shift a little bit. And I was like, hey, you're retired. By the way, I want to start a jewelry line. By the way, I want to do this. By the way, I want to do some things that I'm interested in doing. And it wasn't reciprocated in the same way.
In October 2016, Scottie filed for their first divorce after police were summoned to their Fort Lauderdale home twice in a single week due to verbal arguments. Early in 2017, around the time Larsa's pricey diamond ring emerged on his finger, the pair had a brief reconciliation. However, insiders informed E! News in April 2017 that the couple was unquestionably no longer together. The ensuing court cases amounted to nothing less than financial warfare. Larsa was given 50% of the money in Scottie's Chicago Bulls retirement account, which was accumulated during their 1997 to 2016 marriage, when the divorce was ultimately finalized in December 2021. Even though the precise sum is still confidential in court records, Pippen's wealth was greatly impacted by this settlement. As of 2024, the man's projected net worth is $20 million, having earned roughly $19 million in NBA salaries during his 17-year career, a sharp decline from his highest profits. The fact that more than just the divorce was depleting Scottie's finances adds to the agony of his financial slide. In 2016, financial advisor Robert Lewin received a 3-year prison sentence for faking Pippen's signature on a loan of $1.4 million. Additionally, Pippen had lost $2.5 million on an effort to buy the Memphis Grizzlies with Christian Leonard, among other disastrous financial dealings, and Lewin's fraudulent scams totaling over $20 million. The legendary Bull ended up in severe financial difficulties. Larsa said she didn't get a single penny from Scottie during the divorce process, indicating that she was having financial difficulties throughout the 6-year court battle. But her $10 million net worth today, which was probably enhanced by the retirement fund settlement, paints a different picture. In the meantime, Scotty has upheld his dignity with Larsa by addressing speculation on his financial situation in 2020, claiming he did all right and emphasizing his $109 million lifetime earnings. In the end, the attempts at reconciliation were futile. Larsa then swiftly turned her attention to younger, less well-off individuals. Prior to discussing her next victim, however, let's look at how she was able to capture Malik Beasley, one of the league's most promising young players. On November 26, 2020, Larsa Pippen and Malik Beasley were spotted snuggling on a lavish yacht off the coast of Miami for Beasley's 24th birthday, sparking the yacht celebration that made 1,000 headlines. Although no particular presents were specified, the yacht setting implied a lavish get-together. However, it's still unclear who paid for what would turn out to be the priciest birthday party in NBA scandal history. Sometimes you meet a person and you just click, but the financial and personal cost of that click would prove devastating, Pippen later said, describing their connection as instantaneous. The 4 months that this poisonous romance lasted, from November 2020 to April 2021, were brief. However, the harm it caused was incalculable. On December 1, 2020, the couple was seen holding hands while they were shopping at a mall in Miami. Since Beasley was still legally married to Montana Yao, the pictures went viral and provoked swift criticism. For the young NBA star, the public show of devotion was not only humiliating, but also financially disastrous.
Malik Beasley's got some real financial... now you realize if you get into a position... Detroit News lays this out. Got into... financial disaster.
The consequences, both personally and legally, were severe and rapid. 7 days after the pictures were made public, Yao filed for divorce from Beasley, claiming they couldn't work out their differences. She later accused Beasley of adultery and evicted her and their kid from their house. Yao openly stated that Beasley only gave her $800 to raise their son after they split up, suggesting he was putting his new romance before his obligations to his family. The years-long divorce process, which was characterized by custody disputes and intermittent reconciliations, finally came to an end. During this time, Beasley's financial condition quickly worsened. He has a 1-year, $6 million contract with the Detroit Pistons, but recent 2025 gambling accusations could affect his future with the franchise. The incident overlapped with his legal difficulties from a 2020 arrest for marijuana possession and threats of violence, for which he pled guilty and served 78 days in jail in 2021. Nothing could have happened at a worse time. He was juggling the public humiliation of a Larsa scandal, a nasty divorce, and criminal charges all at once. The conclusion of the romance was just as dramatic as the start. Beasley openly apologized to Yao on Instagram in May 2021, describing the Pippen fling as childish and suggesting that the mall photographs were staged. "I want to apologize for placing you in a situation that you didn't deserve," he wrote. "It was in that pocket the entire time, but I was searching for more." Pippen retaliated by accusing Beasley of being a cheap clout chaser who persistently followed her, implying that he didn't lavishly spend money on her throughout their brief engagement. Beasley and Pippen were not able to make amends. By the time he was trying to mend his marriage, she had already moved on. In an interview with Jason Lee in May 2025, Pippen said that dating Beasley was a mistake. She insisted that they reunited following his split, but she also understood the awkward circumstances.